Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is 10 o'clock. It is time for Midweek Motivation Live with Patrick Lee. That would be this guy who has two thumbs and is motivated on a Wednesday morning. Me, this guy, Patrick Lee. It's good to see you all this week. I'm going to give people a couple of moments to tune on here. They're like, oh my God, he's on time. What's going on today? So people are tuning in. We're going to be talking about the power of intention and living an intentional life this week for a few minutes. And hopefully this motivates a few of you to do better. Give me a thumbs up, like, and a love if you're on and you can hear me and everything is going fine. Should I stop breathing in? So as not coronavirus, y'all. I just breathed in too much. It's all good. Good to see you guys on here this morning. I appreciate it. Let me take a drink of this water here. No, I'm not sick. No, I'm not coughing for a reason. I just breathed in and had to cough a little bit. It's all good. I have my large bottle of water, still water, in one hand as usual, and a cup of coffee, half calf coffee. You can see this cup here. My daughter's got me this cup. It says, "Dad, you're terrific. I hope it's hereditary." Isn't that sweet? My daughter's got me this cup years ago. I still use it all the time. I love this cup. I've talked about this in the past. I was drinking too much coffee. It was starting to cause me to have some heart problems. Not really heart problems, just a racing heart, and it was caffeine related. And I've switched to half calf and some lighter blends of regular coffee. And then I also drink decaf. It's part of what we're going to be talking about today. The power of intention, living an intentional life. Good to see people tuning in already. Sal, Christine, James. Hey, buddy. Thanks for the comment. You are correct on Facebook. We do operate very similarly. And Tracy, good morning, Tracy. Good to see you on here too. I love that picture. I hope you liked my comment on your kitchen project. That was awesome. But want to talk to you this week about the power of intention, living an intentional life, not living a life by default, but a life that we intend to live. Many things are going on in the world today. You know, this is being recorded for future podcast. To give people a little bit of reference, this is the end of October, last week of October. We're in a week before our election of the re-election of our president, Donald Trump, next week. And we are still in the throes of frustration with the coronavirus here at the end of 2020. And this is going forward and will be podcast in the future. And a lot of people record these and save them. This is also on my YouTube channel and can be watched repeatedly on there. A lot of more people tuning into the YouTube channel as well. Facebook doesn't like that I say that because they're competitors. That's okay. I broadcast live to Facebook and YouTube every week. It is what it is. Get over it. This is this is my show, and I'll broadcast it wherever I want. Right? Yeah, exactly. Cut out caffeine except for any that may be in hot chocolate. I love that. There you go. But I'm still caffeinated, just not as much as I used to be. A couple of cups of half calf or decaf, maybe a couple of coffees a day. And a lot of water. And one of the things that I have determined, if you drink, twice as much water as you do coffee, continue to stay hydrated. It will be better for you. And that was one of the things that I did intentionally make that change based on that. One of the things I want to tell you today, topic number one, or thought for number one, your intentions are based on who you want to be, not who you are right now. We can go back to the definition or just the root of the word intention, and that is intend. What do I intend? Who do I intend to be? So the person that I intend to be isn't necessarily the person that I am right now or the person that you are right now. It could be, but if you are living an intentional life already, but the intention it's based on who you want to be. And that's later on here. We're going to talk a little bit about this, taking a personal inventory or thinking about the things that you want to change in your life. That's why we're on here each week, right? Midweek Motivation Live. It's a great way on a Wednesday morning for us to get a little bit of bump, to raise our spirits, raise our intentions, raise our motivation for the rest of the week. Hopefully you go to your place of worship on the weekend and you completely recharge your batteries. And some of you have a Wednesday meeting as well, and some of you do not. You may have a life group or a small group that you go to. You may have a coaching that you attend weekly, but on the middle of the week, I don't intend for this to be hump day, the people that people are dragging, not able to get through the rest of the week. I intend for this to be a day of motivation, and hopefully I can give you a bump to get over that. I appreciate each and every one of you tuning in every week to talk about that or to talk with me about it. Here's shameless plug for the Water Still. Stop by the Water Still anywhere you can here in Amarillo and get you a case of bottled water. Their water is amazing. They also have flavored teas made with their filtered water. It's incredible. But your intentions are based on who you want to be, not who you are right now. There's an old country song out called by Randy Travis called The Road to Hell Was Paved with Good Intentions. That sounds kind of rough, but it's it was used to be a great song. And when I used to listen to country music a lot, it was actually a song about this man talking to his mother, lamenting the fact that he did not lead a good life, but he intended to. He's singing a song to mom. My intentions were the best. I'm sorry I let you down. I intended to do better. But intentions don't do anything if you don't do something with them. So that's kind of one of the reasons I wanted to talk to you this week. During the times that we are going through right now, how are you conducting yourself as a leader or a lost follower? People are counting on you to help them get through this. We're still experiencing many people that are coming down with coronavirus, people that are experiencing loss in their lives, in their family, place in their workplace, maybe in their business, and they're looking to someone to help them. Everyone's not healthy. I have strong opinions about the disease that's going around. I've shared a few of those with some of you in the past. I'm going to leave a few of those out today. But nevertheless, people are experiencing things. We're feeling some things. We're going through some things right now. I've had people in my immediate family, my wife's immediate family, some of my immediate close friends that have been hospitalized. We've had people that have passed away recently. There are many different reasons why that happened. Some of them exacerbated conditions that were magnified potentially with coronavirus, many of them that were not. But we all know, if you're halfway conservative or smart, you understand that COVID is something in a case all by itself. But people are looking to for leaders. We've listened to the president. We've listened to Fauci. We've listened to the World Health Organization. We've listened to the CDC. We've listened to the mayor. We've listened to people on the local news. Everyone seems to have a different story, or their story changes regularly. But through all of this, people are looking for someone to just tell them what to do, how to live, that it's going to be okay, right? So my challenge to you this week is, how are you entering a room? What kind of energy do you bring with you when you enter a room? You are responsible for the energy you bring and also distribute. You know that we're not necessarily energy creators, but we are energy distributors. If we build ourselves up in our personal being, when we enter a room, we bring that energy with us. We share that with others. Some of you that are listening are high energy people. James, you're a high energy guy. When you enter a room, your smile and your energy, it affects other people. I strive to be that same kind of a person. When you enter a room, you are responsible for the energy you bring and then distribute to other people. So as we are going through this, trying to present ourselves, hey, familia. Hey, my brother Chavaria, good to see you. Kathy, good to see you on here. Tell Albie that you watch my show. I hope he's impressed. I appreciate you watching, Kathy, that all the way from up in Ohio. That's awesome. I love it when people watch. People watch from all over, and that just trips my trigger. I love that. And that's why I do it. I want this to go forward and help a lot of people. But if we are going to be intentional people and we are going to strive to do better during the times we're going through right now, we need to be very mindful of how we conduct ourselves. People are looking to you for leadership. They're looking for you to enter the room, bring energy that tells them that you're confident in your future and that they can also be confident in theirs. No one likes it when someone enters the room and they just suck the energy out, right? And we all know who those people are. Someone walks into the room and everyone sort of rolls their eyes and they're like, oh, Lord. They want to stay in their own little corner of the conversation because they don't want that person to drain all of the energy. And those people are just energy drainers. They don't do anything to increase their life, to do better with their life. And they just run around trying to absorb everything they can from everyone else. Well, even though we sometimes don't like that when someone is in the room, I believe it's our responsibility to have enough energy, enough motivation, enough positivity to supply ourselves and those people. For the most part, it's going to be your team, your family members first, your spouse, your children, those that live with you in your home, right? You are the head of that household, and it's your responsibility to be both the priest, the prophet, the financial supply, and the motivator, the energy source for that body. And once you move out of the family into your workplace, it's your responsibility. You can say, well, I'm not the boss. Well, you're the boss of you, right? You may have a boss at your job, but how many of you know that if you bring excellent energy, motivation, and inspiration into your job, it can only do one thing, and that's move you up the ladder, right? If you are the boss and you want to increase production, it's your job to motivate those people, to bring the energy, the motivation, the inspiration that causes them to have the perspiration to work harder to do the job. So when it's how are you conducting yourself as a leader in this situation that we're going through, or a lost follower? Some of the people that I work with, we've gone through a lot. But I'm very happy to report that even though people on my team, I have a team of 4 agents now, my real estate team, the Patrick Lee Group, and they all look up to me for motivation, inspiration, right? They want to see that I'm putting forth the perspiration, at least to do a good job running the team. So if I show up at the office and I'm down in the dumps and I'm woe is me, in this attitude, it's going to affect everybody, right? But I'm happy to report that throughout this pandemic, global crisis that people are calling it, some of you on here as well, possibly James and some of the other agents, my business is thriving. My family is thriving. My income is increasing. My personality is improving, as are my boyish good looks and charm throughout all of this. And it's because of my intentions. I'm not perfect by any means. Don't get me wrong. I'm not perfect. Christine says, I like to bring sparkles. That's awesome. 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 Thank you. Marlene, good morning. Pilar, good to see you on here as well. Thank you, Kathy. Spreading happy thoughts to Albie for sure. Thank you. I love that. That's awesome. Your son is a motivated guy. He's a positive. He's the Energizer bunny when it comes to motivation. So anyway, my business is thriving. I can't be down in the dumps and complaining, moaning, and groaning. My giving is increased. My health is increasing. I'm constantly doing things to make that better. I need to get back in the gym more. Many of you remember last year, I lost a lot of weight. I've put a couple of pounds back on, but I continue to drink a lot of water. I drink less coffee. We've eliminated a lot of carbs from our diet. I drink protein shakes for breakfast and dinner a lot and only eat a light lunch. A lot of times I go out with someone from work and we eat lunch, but there are many, many, many evenings I just drink an energy shake for dinner. And those are just ways that I curb my calorie intake and the carb intake, because if I can't be as active as I am, then I need to make a compensation for that somewhere else, right? I have friends that are still going to the gym wearing a mask, fighting through that. And that's one of the things that I'm just not doing right now. But I am taking better care of my health through my diet, prayer and meditation as well, and staying very, very active and busy. I live in I work on an 18th floor of my building. And so there are now some days that I just walk up and down the stairwells, and that's incredible energy. Walked the stairs one day and then couldn't walk for about 2 days because I couldn't feel my legs, right? That's good for my health. So one of the things I would like to tell you today, there is power in striving. You can say, I have great intentions. I want to do well. I'm not necessarily sure what direction to go, but I am striving to do better. There is power in striving. What does striving mean? It means actively working, longing, seeking, and trying to move forward, to do better. So while you are striving, learn to harness the power that's coming to you as you do that. If you learn something new, write it down. If you have done something that helps your body, remember that. It strengthens you. The power strengthens you. Then it gives you an overflow to share with others, right? I must confess, I was talking to Marlene about a week ago, and we were at the office, and we've both been through it all. We work a lot. We've closed a lot of deals. We have a lot of things going on, and Marlene is one of the most phenomenal transaction coordinators in the real estate market that I know of, and does a phenomenal job of keeping me in line and moving forward and focused. So I, in turn around and bring the motivation, the leadership, and everything else back to her and the other ladies on the team. And we were alone in the office the other day, and I said, I just need some time off. She kind of laughed and said, well, maybe you do. One of the things that highly motivated people do is take breaks. And I'm guilty of not taking enough breaks. I work, a lot of times 7 days a week, and fit time in with my family because I schedule it on purpose. Wednesday evenings, Friday evenings, Sundays with the family, and do, intentionally spend time with my family, but I don't take enough breaks. Vacations, time to just get away from it all. But when you do that, it recharges your batteries, right? Your physical batteries, and that's where you get more energy. So as you strive to do better, learn to harness the power that comes from that striving. Do the things that recharge your batteries in this time. One of mine I'm super proud of, again, is my truck is parked in my garage, and that's something that hadn't happened in years. It does happen every now and then, but now that it is snowing, we have snow on the ground here in Amarillo. I needed to get my truck parked in the garage, and we just completed a big kitchen cabinet remodel. So that work that was going on in the garage is completed. All of the tools have been pushed aside and put back in storage. And so a project is done. That's an incredible one. We just finished a new shower remodel in our master bathroom. That's another one we got out of the way. And as we continue to move forward, each time one of these little jobs get done, it energizes me. Cleaning out my garage recharges my batteries. I've said this for years, and people don't understand it, but that's one of the areas where if there's order in that area, I can create order in other areas. Some of you may be the same way. You know what I mean? Abandon is calling. Yes, it is, Christine. It's time for a trip. So learn to harness the power that comes from your striving. It strengthens you and then gives you an overflow to share with others. We talked a few weeks ago about everyone poking a straw into your cup, sucking out your energy, your resources, right? Your time, your money, and your energy. And those things are finite. There are not unlimited amounts of those resources. But if we continue to let people stick their straw into the cup and drink from your resources, they'll drain your cup dry. There's not enough for you or them. If you learn to recharge your batteries enough to where you have an overflow, you have enough to give to everyone else from the overflow. And there's enough for you and your circle and everyone else around you, right? Learn to harness the power that comes from these things that you go through. They empower you, they strengthen you, they recharge you, and then they give you enough to share with other people. My challenge today with a couple of pointers: how will you change going forward from today to become a better version of yourself? You can comment. I can post your comment if you have a great comment of what you want to do going forward from today. But it is a challenge, because every one of us need to accept this challenge every day to do a better job going forward, to be a better version of ourselves. Number one, take a personal inventory of your life. What does that even mean, Patrick? Well, I tell people to do this a lot. Get a notepad out and write a line down the middle of the piece of paper and put positives on one side and negatives on the other, and start taking a personal inventory of your life. Write down the areas of your life that you think you are doing well in, and then also write down on the other side of that line the areas in your life that you don't think you're doing as well in, and areas that you need to improve. Those areas can all include your physical well-being, your health, right? Health is in my book is one of the most important as you're taking this personal inventory. Number one, you need to take better care of your health. It doesn't do you any good to be wise. It doesn't do you any good to be wealthy if you're not healthy, right? If your health is poor, everyone around you is going to suffer. You can't take better care of someone else if you're not taking care of yourself. So take better care of your health. As you're doing that, what does that mean? Hey, go to the gym, get some healthcare equipment at your house. I have bought some new barbells to go with some of my weights here. We have the stretchy bands. We have an elliptical. We have things that we can do to take better care of our health, but that also includes your diet and your rest patterns. My wife was so impressed last night. I went to bed early and decided to get some more sleep. That was awesome. I woke up feeling very rested today. I am a night owl. I'm guilty of working a lot late at night. I do get up early and hit the ground running and go to work, but I do not require as much sleep as a lot of people. But people that are more rested are fresher in their mind. Pray and meditate and take notes of the things that come into your mind about improvement. What are you talking about? If you want to have better health, you want to have better motivation, you want to take a personal inventory of your life, there's not a better way to do that than through prayer or meditation. Some of you don't necessarily pray to a God or God as we know it. I do. I pray to God, and God talks to me and tells me areas where I need to improve on a pretty regular basis. And he never accuses me of anything or tells me I'm a sorry outfit and I'm a failure, but always tells me in my mind, in my spirit, areas of my life that need to improve. And some of you just meditate. I have friends that do yoga and they meditate. But in your time of prayer or meditation, which can be as simple as you turning everything off, getting alone with yourself, and speaking internally into your spirit about areas that you need to improve. And if you will do that, I guarantee you things will come to your mind and spirit that I urge you to write down. Take notes of those things, because your inner man or inner woman is telling you areas that you can do better in. So do this in this personal inventory. Pray or meditate. Take notes of the things that come into your mind about improvement, and then make an action plan to put those things into place, right? It's good to take notes, but if you don't ever do anything with those notes, what good are they? I have stacks of notes I've shared with you before, different books that I write in. I carry two different journals that I write in, notes, business life and personal life, and have stacks of notes that I save from other books. There are sometimes I fill up a book with notes and I decide that I don't need that anymore and I'm going to go throw that notebook away, but I have to go through it page by page and remove the pages that have personal notes in it, especially improvement or coaching notes, because those things are gold to me and they should be gold to you, because as I read them, I am reminded of the areas in life that I noted that I needed to do better, or areas where I could do better. Does that make sense? I've sought out coaches. I've listened to so many different people that have helped me in my life. And I've taken notes of those. And why would I want to throw those away and not be able to bring those back to my remembrance, right? Good comment, James. I love that. James says, my goal is to continue growing my business, keep moving more from creating an income to creating an impact. Boom. Mic drop right there. Our whole lives are here to be impactful, right? If we're not of any impact, if we're not improving someone else's life, not having an impact on anyone else, what good are we? We're simply going through the drudgery of life. No one wants that. So I would say definitely, yes, think about the things that God tells you as you meditate to come to your spirit. And then one of the things I believe in, seek out a new mentor or a coach. I have many people in my life that are mentors, and I also mentor other people. There are times in my life that I have mentored other people, and that relationship has had to change. And there are some times that people have reached a plateau to where I really can't help them anymore, and they need to go seek out a new mentor or coach. And that's wonderful, because you are actually seeding people out of your life. They're still going to be a friend, and they're still going to have experienced the time with you, and they need to go out and learn a new thought, find a new mentor that can help them grow in another area of life. And I have those that come into and out of my life. We talked for the last few weeks and regularly about your top 5. And I let one of the guys know that's a newer person in my life know last week. I said, because they had watched the show, and I said, just FYI, you're one of my top 5 now. And they just went, what? They were like, whoa, that's heavy, man. I said, no, it's true. There are people that are going to leave my top 5 and enter my top 5, because I want to be a direct result of the people that are the closest to me. So if I am intentional about changing my life, living a bigger, better, more impactful life, I need bigger, better, more impactful mentors and coaches in my life. So I do the things that I urge you guys to do each week. Yes, absolutely, Christine. That's a great comment. We are all made with 2 innate needs, the need for purpose and the need to belong. I agree wholeheartedly. We need to be a part of something, and we need to help others. We can't just continue to bring people energy, resources into our life and then sit there on it like a sponge. A sponge that is full is useless. The only way a sponge is useful is when you wring it out and reuse it. Okay, that can be a little mental note for you this week. Don't be a sponge that just sucks up everything you can and then hold on to it, because if you do and you become full, you are useless, and you will sour and start to go, develop disease and smell. And no one likes that. We have a need to belong, and we have a need to help others. Seek out a new mentor or coach and see if that person doesn't help you exercise a lot of the things I've shared with you today. I hope and pray that you get something out of these each week. I really enjoy people tuning in each week. Like, love, and share the post with your family members and friends. I really continue to want to help more people. That's my real goal here. There's always a plug for business at the end, because I do have a business, and I would be amiss if I did not seek out new business. I continue to grow and try to help others. And if you or anyone you need is interested in buying or selling a home, the Patrick Lee Group would be happy to help you. And if you also know anyone that's interested in investing in real estate, I own investment properties. I'm always looking at investment properties. The market right now is full of investors, many people wanting to be investors and seeking out information from me as well. But if you do know anyone that's interested in buying or selling a home, I would be happy to help them. I have an appreciation dinner coming up actually late next week. Some of you may be watching this that are clients of the Patrick Lee Group. This year I started a new team. We're having a client appreciation party late next week. If I have helped you this year in real estate, buy or sell a home or invest in real estate, and you have not gotten an email from me, please give me a message and let me know. Reach out to me, because I believe everyone has got the invite repeatedly. We have a lot of people RSVPing, but I buy and sell homes for a living. That I help other people do the same. In the comments below this video, you will see the link to my digital business card, www.patricklee.work. If you go to this website, digital business card, you will see everything you need to know publicly about me, what I'm all about, my business, how it operates, how to get a hold of me. This business card is created by Nick Krim and Michael K at Content Cards. That's Content Cards, CARDZ.com. If you're a real estate agent, they can help you as well. If you want to reach out to me, this link will be here in the video and then in the comments below the video as well. Reach out to me and I'd be happy to help you. That digital business card is a partial sponsorship of agentsact.com. Agents Act, I am an ambassador for Agents Act. We do have a group of agents around the world that are helping raise money to fight child trafficking in third world countries and here in America. And you can also find out about that. Watch my video at www.patricklee.work. Love you guys. I hope you've enjoyed this week. Thank you for your comments and your interaction. I'll be back next week at 10 o'clock Wednesday morning, bright and early, for Midweek Motivation Live with Patrick Lee. You guys have a great week. Bye-bye.